What's up, y'all? It's T-Tar, and welcome back to some more Scarlet and Violet speculation. Tomorrow is the direct, and we have a bunch of cool riddles to talk about. I've gone through them all generally, and I want to share them with you because he's dropped some actual crazy implications in this about other regions. So let's start off. The first tweet Ku posted is this one with Zekram, a restaurant with some Chinese text which says, no matter which world you're in, you cannot indulge your desires and lose your sense of justice. I don't know what this means. There's two meanings. I lied. The first meaning is the actual Pokemon reasoning. Ideals versus truths. I don't think Ku cares about this though. I think what this could be a hint at is what world these two will exist in. As in, will it be a normal game? Will it be a Legends game? Or will it be a Let's Go Pikachu-like game? That seems to be the best bet. If we go into the comments, there's some other Chinese replies that Ku replies to. So here's one that talks about one where like a Legends game taking place in the future, which is now turning into a popular idea. And Ku responds to this, kind of just throwing shade at Centro, saying, I want to know the source of where you're getting this crap. It seems the idea of a future Legends game we're supposed to laugh at least for Black and White. Okay, so Unova remakes or Legends is the next game. In time? So that starts us off, right? Look, even Gen 5 is trending. That's not Gen 5. All right, let's go to the next tweet. This is when he tries to tease what's in the DLC. So this is a three-part riddle. The first part is this. It shows the starstruck emoji turning into these three. Now, the only common thing I can figure out these three to be is a mask, to confirm there's some sort of mask thing going on in the first DLC. And that's what people seem to agree on too. Terra masks, dual type after mask change. It's a grass type. It changes its mask and turns into a water type. Okay, I see how he says that. Whoa, what if Ogerpon had 3 different masks and 3 different terraforms? You know, like water, fire, grass. Does that make sense? We don't even know what terraforms are yet. We're so close to the first DLC coming out and we don't even have like a leak on it. The second part to this is this one, where we have 3 emojis, an X factor, and 3 superheroes. So obviously the 3 emojis are the monkey Dory, dog, Pheasantipity. Something happens and they turn into superhero Palafins. What it probably is they're supposed to wear their mask or a particular mask and they turn into the superhero that fights Ogerpon in the Tales, you know? And then the third part to this is an unknown factor, the 3 loyals, and then Starstruck. So it kind of creates a loop. What the hell is this? You know, another thing people think this is like a tease to the typings. Never mind that, okay? Don't tell me the 3 heroes fuse into Ogerpon. That's so fricked. Momotaro. Oh, so we have loyal 3. Momotaro's the X factor. He makes them superheroes. I'm pretty sure we would play the role of Momotaro. I don't think there's gonna be an actual separate character. Like, we gotta be the main character here. The loyal 3 aren't the good guys. Got it. That's what I want to believe. I want Ogerpon to be good, and I want these 3 to suddenly look so evil. You know, they look so nice right now, but you just need to know what they're about, and then they'll look evil. Now, what if they stripped Ogerpon naked? What if those were its clothes? Now Ogerpon's a bum living in a castle, a cave, waiting to come back. So you don't gotta worry too much about these. When we get the direct tomorrow, or the presents, I'm pretty sure this will be answered. It's just to make us think. Next tweet. I don't know what's going on with this one. So he says ship. He puts Professor Ryford on the left, and that looks like Chairman Rose on the right. I have enough bad memories of Chairman Rose from Extreme. What are you trying to say, bro? Like, that's his wife? No, we know Scarlet and Violet takes place after Sword and Shield. So, I mean, you could... Does he have a kid? No, he has a niece and a brother. He could have a kid. He's like 47, something like that. Is this your girl? Oh my goodness. I mean, look, she's into all these mythologies, you know? She got like Marshadow on her arm, a Lunala tattoo. Wait, Cyrano? Well, I don't care if it's Cyrano. He can live his life. I care if it's Chairman Rose. Oh my god, Chairman Rose. This is what people are thinking. How about this? It's not an actual relationship, but more so she's the villain of the game. She had us go and release the 4 legendaries. I don't think she's a villain. I think she's just interested in the dark arts, to say it simply. I'm assuming there's more to her plot, and maybe there's as well. Well, there always can be. It would be a cool setup if she was meant to be something evil in the second DLC, you know? Kind of Volo vibes, right? You don't suspect them, but they're always around. Here's the breakdown of all that she's wearing. She's got like a hair clip that's a Mars shadow. She got like a Pidgeot or Articuno necklace, a giant Gucci Lunala belt, and it's like she legit has a Z ring in the games, like a Tapu Koko. Probably not real, but it's like a fake Tapu Koko Z ring. That's so weird to see outside of Alola. So obviously at a glance, this makes no sense. She shouldn't play that big a role, the one on the left, and Chairman Rose has nothing to do with this region. All we've had in terms of Galar is slight teases to Galar. One, Sonia's book, and two, Penny went overseas to study there and is from Galar. There's no real connection, but maybe the reason they hinted Galar is because they're about to connect it, and Galar's pretty nearby, like Kalos. Think about relevant regions as we continue going in this video. Next tweet, 19th. Okay, earlier months ago, Ku tweeted this as well, the number 19, and it was shortly after I made the video being a crazy ass, a crack kid scratching himself saying, guys, maybe they could introduce a 19th type. In that video, I wasn't saying Pokemon was going to do it immediately, but I was saying Pokemon should introduce a concept where they introduce mythical or legendary types where normal Pokemon don't have them, but one Pokemon in a generation would have it, and you could make it a boss because of that. So for example, if Necrozma was the light type, it doesn't have to complicate things because only it would be the light type. It's not like you'd have to go back and retype things. And it sounds weird at first, but think back to how you felt when Mega Evolutions were first introduced. Everything felt weird then. Once Game Freak officially acknowledges a concept like that, then it'll flow well for you guys. But he says 19th here. So a couple of people think, you know, like maybe the release date of the first or second DLC, like September 19th. My favorite theory is obviously my theory that we'll get a 19th type in this game that has to do with Terrapagus. Because he wields all 18 types. What is he supposed to be other than normal? Without it being boring. It has to be a new one. Next tweet. He tweets 7 plus 8 plus 1. It's 16. I'm good at this stuff. So my best guess for what this is, maybe this is the DLCs. So we have 7 new Pokemon in the first DLCs, 8 new in the second, which is exciting. And then 1. I'm gonna say the 1 acts as Walking Wake. So that we got as a free update, and these 2 would be the first and second DLC. Now for 7, okay, we have the Loyal 3, and then we might have a Regional Fake. That's all we have for the first DLC. And then for the second DLC, we have Terrapagus, and the potentially Baby Terrapagus. So that's all we really have. And then a mystery one in this is where he showed up the picture of White Forest and Black City and said, there's a Pokemon here. So that would be another one, maybe in the first DLC. So we have 5 in the first, 2 in the second so far. If it totals 15 new Pokemon, that's pretty good. Here's actually a good visual from Pokeeos. So yeah, we have the Loyal 3 and potentially wearing masks. These are the masks from the actual trailer too. They look so goofy, like Pokemon Rumble. Then we have Ogerpon. I forgot Ogerpon, didn't I? Ogerpon's got his freaky mask. And then we have the Regional Fake. What is going on here? Are we settling that it's Weezing? An edible R fake is Weezing. Tentacruel? Cool. Diglett? Coughing. Who would have freaking suspected this? And what's so good about Diglett that it gets a regional variant and a fake? Of all the Pokemon. Oh my god. Purple to green. Weezing goes from poison to grass. He's a freaking watermelon? Oh my god. A grass water type is a good idea for a watermelon. Is he gonna open up? Eat me, friends. Look, he's in there. The watermelon is in there. Okay, this is obviously a mock-up, but are we saying it's actually coughing? I'm so gassed for that. And then here's the other Pokemon, which... Whoa. So we don't know it's 2 different Pokemon, but now that you mention past and future paradoxes, this could be like a certain Pokemon like Donphan that gets both of them. This looks like something more for the second DLC, but I'll take it in the first. And then the last one is this tease of like a cross evolution. So we put the 4 moon Pokemon and Mightyena, and since he related it to the black and white stuff, it's probably something for a future game. But yeah, that works out to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 if we include the black and white one, and 10 if you include Walking Wake. So it doesn't equal 16 yet. Next tweet. So earlier he posted this tweet, which is Mewtwo on the left, a crown on the right, and he says, shh. The first thing I would see when looking at this, if I want to be excited, is that it's like a Mewtwo Terraform that he's teasing. But he doesn't want us to be excited, because what it seems like he's actually teasing is that there's just gonna be a Mewtwo Terra raid. And we know this because Pokemon themselves, if we go into the future, just now officially posted this to promote their Nintendo Switch Online subscription. And in the back you can see the Mewtwo Terra raid. He's a psychic type. That's probably what Ku is hinting. Next tweet. So about the Blood Moon and Black and White, and then these 4 Pokemon, one of them maybe getting an evolution or paradox, he posts kind of a riddle teaser. He says, Teaser 1, type of this Pokemon is, at a moonless night in April 2023, Detective Pikachu failed to get the key to solve that case. Can you help him solve it? So what's cool about this is there's a moon segment in Detective Pikachu when you play it. I just barely remember this from when I played it. You're like trying to pick a path in the game and only one of the paths is correct, but it shows 3 phases of the moon: full moon, half, and a new moon.
Do you think this was a Pokemon statue too? What's the order of the 3 statues? The full moon, the freaking new moon, and then the half moon. I knew it!
The new moon has blue on it. Obviously, he's trying to tease the typing of this Pokemon, so maybe, as Amoshinu's trying to say here, it's a water type. Now, I don't care specifically about the typing of the Pokemon, more so, which of the Pokemon am I looking at, and what is it getting? We've all got a lot of love in Legends, so it might maybe the other 3. His teaser sounded cool at first. If it wasn't teasing the typing of the Pokemon, but like the way it evolves, that's kinda sick. Like imagine a Pokemon is werewolfy as this, evolving on a new moon. What kind of evolution will that give? Next tweet. This is when you have to sit down. He posted a tweet saying, where is Blueberry Academy located in? And the options are an area next to Paldea, which should be the default option, Unova, Kalos, and brand new. I haven't voted yet. Let's get these out of the way. The main thing to focus on here is Unova being an option and Kalos. First off, stop it with Kalos. Everyone just calm down. You were going to hype people up. Unless it really is Kalos, you cannot be doing this. Kalos would be really cool if Cyrano and everyone was involved with that. And there's a reason to think this. It's coming up. Unova would be cool because it could like leeway into the next games when Unova's revisited. One thing that's cool about Unova is Naranja and Uva are written in Spanish, Blueberry Academy is written in English, so Unova and Alola work out as English regions that it could be based in. Hopefully not next to Mid-Nova. Alright guys, comment low Nova, Mid-Nova, or High Nova. Or Super... What's going on here? I think it's all of these. All the real world equivalents of the regions since Gen 5 touch the Atlantic Ocean. Since we know the code name is Atlantis, it makes me think the Blueberry Academy is located in the Atlantic Ocean. Whoa. So we've got Unova. What the hell is this? That's not Alola. Isn't Alola over here? Here's Galar, Kalos, and Paldea. I don't think it really needs to touch all the regions. Why does it have to touch them all? I'm risking looking really stupid right now. But Alola's not in the Caribbeans. Oh frick, edit me out. It's not, I don't need to edit it out. It's in the small lake near Bill's house in Kanto. Oh, you mean this? I thought you meant this. Let it be Kalos for the memes. Dude, the world building, okay? Let's use some nerdy language here. The world building would be so cool if it was Kalos. Yo, you'd be so stupid if it's not Kalos. Like, the option is there. We're connected to Kalos. Wait, but why would it be Kalos? It's in the ocean. What? It's not really exciting if it's in the ocean near Kalos. At that point, just be near Unova. We want to be on Kalos soil, not near the Kalos in the ocean. Well, so think about how he's trying to make us think about regions here, right? Next tweet. Where is her daddy from? Correction, dad. Now, who's dad? We're talking about Lacey, the one that's excluded from the who holds the key riddle, and also the one who has those weird hairpins they focus on. Who's her dad? Where's he from? Unova? Kalos, Galar, and Paldea. Okay, I love how Alola just doesn't exist. At a glance, Blueberry Academy looks very futuristic. I think of America. That's so stupid. I'm not even American. I sound so patriotic. Please cut that out. I just frick. Cause Tokyo, Japan is the one that looks futuristic. What am I even saying? What in the world is this? This is Yu-Gi-Oh. Now Paldea is the default option, which would suck. But here we have Unova and Kalos mentioned again, and then Galar. Obviously, some of these are for padding and aren't real answers. Since Unova and Kalos overlap, let's say it's from one of those two. Next tweet. And this is the nail in the coffin, right? Sudachi 2, which is the second DLC, pandered too much to that region/gen, which is insane. It's happening, you know, something's happening here. He wouldn't say this if it was Paldea. That's like saying X and Y is pandering too much to Kalos. That's supposed to. It's like it's not. So maybe her dad isn't from Paldea and is actually from one of the other regions. Unova and Kalos seem to be our fan favorites for this. It could be where Blueberry Academy is located, and it could be where her dad is from. He says the second DLC panders too much to that region or gen. This is crazy. You know, the only time we hear this is when we hate on Kanto with their like 9th remake, and when they only give them regional fakes and variants initially, and like half the Mega Evolutions. For the first time, they're pandering to a different Kanto, which could be Unova or Kalos. Just if you close your eyes and think, I don't see it being Kalos because we're so far away from it and they don't want us to remember Megas and all that stuff. And Unova sounds like the likeliest option, but the way he words this, which is insane, it sounds like something unorthodox, like Game Freak is doing something crazy. If Blueberry Academy is near Kalos, and there's like all these references to Mega Evolution, and they tie the lore of terastallizing to Mega Evolution, not that there are gonna be Megas in the game, just expand the lore, then this would be a crazy DLC. And you also never know if Paldea, what they're about to set up here, is the region AZ fought in the war back then. So what would AZ do if he went to Paldea right now? You think he's like racist to them all? Like you think he hates, I guess he doesn't because he has his Floette again. Dude, AZ is roaming like another red. Okay, good one, Daniel. He's got a hone edge scarf. This is what I want you guys all to be excited about going into this announcement tomorrow, because the announcement most likely is gonna be about the first DLC and its release date, but there's something going on in the second DLC. If we get any hints on that second DLC, we'll know exactly what Ku is finding insane here. So the second DLC is pandering too much to that region or gen. Why would he say gen, right? Let's just try to think here. If it's Unova, the whole gen is the region, so it's redundant. Unless he's trying to mess with us. And then for Kalos, you only would include Gen by talking about Mega Evolution. That's the only thing that the Gen means. I can't freaking... Kalos fruit. Well, Kalos and Unova, if it's one of these two that they pandered to in this generation, I'm gassed. And, you know, Mega Evolution has so much to do with little gemstones. It's the perfect way to explain what they really are, because there is no lore to what Megas are. Where do they come from? All we know is Rayquaza, like, he ate meteors in the sky, and he has like an organ that's a Megastone. They have to explain this. The final tweet Ku posts. In preparation, here is an image Ku posts of a giant... like a screw, but it's got two snakes on it. There's a word for this really, it's like a brooch or something, but here's the context he gives to this. Oh my god. I think I've grown out the internet, man. So Austin John Place puts red vining, so I'm like, let me do some research and figure out what he's talking about. Don't look it up. I don't know. I don't know if I looked up the wrong definition. Penny and Rose are related. Please let that be somehow. Adopted? Shade problem. Oh, skin tone. So if you go in the comments, no one's actually solving this. We're just gonna wait for it to get revealed. Look, someone put a picture of Intellion. Like this is supposed... Is that really what it looks like? Ooh, just throwing something out. Evil and good. And whatever this is coils between the two. I don't know why, but the DNA splicers were the first thing that popped in my mind. A double helix? Anything about DNA? Do you know what the double helix means? It means Mega Evolution. Please, we can't. DNA Digivolve, a steel type art book. But yeah, since people weren't successfully solving it, he gave us some context, which is it connected to any of the 3-part riddles? And he says, yes, it is. Which, as far as I know, the 3-part riddles are those weird emoji ones, which no one really wants to solve anyway. We're just gonna wait till tomorrow because we're just excited to see what this pandered region turns out to be. The last thing he says about this coiled image is, saw many clever assumptions and rational reasoning, but you're still far-fetched on this one, so we added more details to help you solve it. And by that, he probably means the first part of this where he says, connected to Galler, which I thought was the previous sentence being cut on, but maybe he's teasing that whatever this is related to Galler. So way to throw us in a loop. Going through the comments, I don't fully get what people are on, but they seem to think it's a Pokemon. And since Sandaconda is from Galler, and his Gigantamax looks crazy like this, they're connecting it to him, but why would we connect it to him? This wouldn't lead to anything. So I say, forget about the coiled mess here. Let's all just stay excited on whatever this pandered region is. Apparently, whatever happens in the second DLC is so much pandering to this region or gen that it made Ku call it insane. This has never happened before. I'm gonna call it quits here, y'all. Make sure y'all shank that like button. Tomorrow at 9 AM EST, we will be streaming it. It is a 35-minute announcement. We may get some mobile games mixed in there, but we should get the release date for the first DLC and a bunch of information about these DLCs. So I'll see y'all there. Shank that like button and take care.